Hi, I just want to give you a few tips about promoting your business on Facebook. I'm no guru, as I said before. I'm no great top recruiter or anything like that, but I've done pretty well in the last year, and I've learned a ton in the last 3 years since I got in Facebook jail, and that won't happen to me again. I learned how to promote without spamming people and going to their messages, and I don't do that. Very, very seldom do I ever inbox anybody with an offer. I will go to people that I know who may be interested in something new that I found, and I will just, tell them I found this. I think it's good. Would you like to hear about it? But I don't go spam my links. So just let me show you what I do and what I believe uh, works good for me, and what works good for you might be different. But let me show you my screen and I'll show you my Facebook. Okay, one thing I do is I post from the heart a lot of the time, and I post from things I've learned. I post about things I see, that I read, that I'm interested in, what's going on in my life, all of that stuff. I don't go by some rule of posting 20 times a day or 5 times a day or twice a day about your business or once every week about your business. I don't have any rules like that. And I do post more about business than I did a few months ago. I very seldom used to do that because it just made me nervous. I thought, all my friends are going to hate it, so I'm not going to do it. But I don't say, I do it in a different way. I just do it out of excitement or out of accomplishment. I'm sharing, and I'm not saying, oh, this is fantastic, you should do this, or, you're going to make this much money or that much money. Anyway, after the last business that I was in and worked really hard at, had huge problems. I was a little bit lost, just like I had been a year or so before that, when the last one that I really believed in had problems not of their own making. And I kind of thought, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do this again. And so I had already started in something else where I knew the owner, the Ads Pro. I knew TL Kumar. I had worked with him. I trust him absolutely and completely. I know he's absolutely honest and trustworthy, and I know that he knows what he's doing. So I had started with him, and I wanted to continue with him, and I still do, and I'm working hard on that. But I realized I needed a few more things. I've always thought I shouldn't have more than 2 or 3, but I came to the conclusion I needed to diversify and have at least 3 different types of things, and I wanted at least 2 things in each type, just in case something happened, because you never know. You never know, no matter how much you trust the business, what might happen that's totally beyond their control or whatever. So I sat back and I was thinking about that, and I was looking at things, and when another program celebrated 2 years, I just thought, this is just, it's sad that I'm not participating in that, even though I had started in it more than a year ago. So when I saw this quote, the twin killers of success are impatience and greed, I thought, that is exactly the big problem with this industry. With this whole online marketing, network marketing, online advertising, everything, the whole thing, it's impatience and greed. either by the members, the people who join, or by the companies. Because the impatience and greed of the people out there are what propagates the companies that feed that. They will come up with something telling you double your Bitcoin in 30 days, or make 10% a day, or 200% in 30 days, or all kinds of crazy stuff, and people go for it because they are impatient and greedy. And the company is impatient and greedy, and that's why they pander to this type. So I just really thought about that, and I posted this quote by Jim Rohn, and I mentioned that I'd really been thinking about along these lines, and this was the day of MPA's birthday, 2-year anniversary. And I'd really been thinking hard about it. So I mentioned in the post that I was going to talk about it later. And I finally did. Go back up here if I can make it work. Come on, computer. This computer is so annoying. So up here a few days later. Now I went too far because I was getting upset with my stupid computer. Impatience. Come on. Come on. But as you can see, as I go through this, I post about a lot of different things. It's not all business. This one was. And I have gotten referrals this way. I've been able to share with people that like me and trust me. But see, this is the post I made, and I didn't make this post to try and get referrals into anything. It was 3 days later. I was just speaking from my heart and from my experience. That's all it was. That's all it was. It had absolutely nothing to do with trying to promote any business whatsoever. But I got a humongous response. I was so surprised. 4 shares, which gets me a lot of exposure to other people that don't know me, because it will show to their friends. And I got a bunch of referrals out of this, and that was not my intention at all. So just speak from your heart, speak from your experience, speak from, share what you like, share what feeds your soul, share what you're learning, share what you're reading, share what you love, including your family, and unless you're worried about sharing their photos or whatever. I don't tag any of my family members generally, especially the younger ones. But I share what I'm involved with, what I'm doing, what I care about. And I think that's important, because I don't know how people will get to really know you and like you and trust you if they can't know the real you, and you're just posting about business or posting quotes or whatever. Another thing you can do is give information about the type of things you're involved with. Like, I am involved with one Bitcoin company, so I have posted a few things, information about Bitcoin. Come on, computer. I'm going to get impatient again. And I love this quote, and I thought the picture was nice. So. Okay, we don't need your conversation either. So I had to share that. It does not look like a nice place to be. Anyway, one thing not to do generally is to add your link. I have a few times, like right here on this one. There's my link. This is what I was talking about, my withdrawals in the Ads Pro. And I don't know if more than 2 people out of these 42 or whatever that saw this clicked on it. I see one person did. Oh, come on. And the rest just wanted the information, because they don't want to just click on a link. They want to talk to you. They want to connect with you. They want your personal touch. Most people do. Some just want to take a look, and that's fine too. But the big problem with posting your link is a lot of times Facebook won't show your post to very many people if you have a link, because they don't want people to go away from Facebook. So if you share things that if people click on them, it's going to take them away from Facebook, whether it's a referral link, a link to your blog, a link to your website, or anything like that, or even something cool you saw that you share that if they click on it, it's going to take them away from Facebook. They don't show it to as many of your friends. It's just their automatic algorithm thing. So anyway, that's a tip about that. So there's my granddaughter and my great-granddaughter. Beautiful picture. I just talk about what I want to talk about, and it's done good for me. I have friend requests, hundreds of friend requests, and in my next video I'll talk a little bit more about how to get the right kind of friends, the right kind of people to see your posts, that might be interested in what you're doing, that might want to get to know you. You want people who's interested in the same thing you're interested in, as well as you kind of need to connect with people that like the same kind of things as you do. Now me, I'm interested in everybody and everything pretty much, unless it's negative or political or something like that. So I'm not real fussy about who I'm friends with or who I chat with, because I like people and I like to talk to them. So anyway, that's just a couple of tips there. I want to show you a gal who I think is awesome. I didn't really care much for her Facebook page. Come on. Let's show it. We were just there a minute ago. Come on. But she does branding and training, and this is a really good video. So if you want to connect on her YouTube, I subscribe to her YouTube. Her name's Sally Jane Atkins, and I loved this video. This was really good. So there are a lot of people out there you can learn from. Just look them up, follow them, and we'll go into a little more on that on my next video. Thanks, guys. See you then. Bye-bye.